Good morning student, myself Melissa Ankla, and today again we continue with our chapter losses in pre-stress in subject design of pre-stress concrete structure, and we solve the example of elastic shortening. Okay, now first of all this one is the example number 2. Read the data properly. Pre-stress concrete slipper produced by a pre-tensioning method has a rectangle cross section 300 mm by 250 mm. Okay, figure is already given. 300 mm width and depth is equal to 250 mm. It is pre-stressed with 9 number of straight 7 mm diameter wires. Okay, here number of straight wire is given 9. 4 bars are provided in top and 5 bars are provided in bottom zone. And 0.8 times the ultimate strength of 1570 Newton per mm square. Estimate the percentage loss of stress due to elastic shortening of concrete where m is equal to our module ratio, that is 6. Here two method is given. First method is approximate solution of this cross section, okay, overall this section, and second one is the accurate. Now what is the result of this accurate and approximate method that we conclude last? First of all, we solve the example with approximate solution. Now first of all, the section of property are calculated. Area of single wire, we find out one area of single wire, that is AW is equal to diameter is given, that means circular section pi by 4 7 square, okay, and answer is equal to 38.48 mm square. Now area of total pre-stressing steel that use in pre-stressing concrete, that is equal to 9 top and bottom. 4 plus 5 is equal to 9. Multiply 9 into area of one single wire, that is 38.48 is equal to 346.32 mm square. Now clear? According to this section we find out area of pre-stressing steel. Now in second, area of concrete section, the section is given 300 mm by 250 mm, rectangle section is given, simply multiply its 75 into 10 raised to 3, or we can write also 75,000 mm square. Moment of inertia of this rectangle section is equal to b d cube by 12. Now what is b? B is equal to 300 and d is equal to 250 cube. Put the value in this equation and our final answer is equal to 3.91 into 10 raised to 8 mm raised to 4. Okay, now find out centroid distance from soffit of beam, okay, that means bottom end of the beam, and CGS is equal to our centroid of pre-stressing steel. Here we find out centroid of pre-stressing steel. Okay, now y bar is equal to, what is the equation of centroid? A1 by 1 plus A2 by 2 plus A3 by 3 divided by A1 plus A2 plus A3. Okay, that we already study in subject MOS. Now first of all, top zone 4 bars are given, so 4 into single wire 38.48 into our y bar. Okay, then total is given 250 minus from this eccentricity, from this distance is given 40. Okay, so minus 40 plus, okay, this one is already given in figure. Okay, now second bottom zone 5 into single wire 38.48, and from this point here this distance is 40, multiply with 40, that is our y2, and A1 plus A2 is equal to area of total number of given bar, that is top and bottom zone 9 into our single wire area 38.48. Finally my answer is equal to 100.15.5 mm, that is the y bar from soffit, that means bottom end of our cross section. Look at this, this is our 115.5. okay, now here pre-stressing force in data is given that pre-stressing force is 0.8 times the ultimate strength of 1570 Newton per mm square. So pre-stressing force Pi, because this is the initial pre-stressing force that we apply on our pre-stressing steel, okay, and that is equal to 0.8 times 0.8 into 1570 into this 346.32. okay, and this is our total pre-stressing area of 9 wires. Okay, now Pi is equal to 435 kilonewton, because force is equal to stress into area. Stress is given 1570, area is given 346.32 and 0.8 times we calculate. So final answer is equal to 435 kilonewton. Now eccentricity of pre-stressing force here we find out. Okay, y bar we find it. Now E is equal to 250 by 2 because neutral axis is passing through this center point. Okay, so we take half of the depth of this section, 250 by 2, because this one is the rectangle section and neutral axis is passing through the center of this depth, 250 by 2, and y bar we find out 155.5. Now final E is equal to 9.5 mm. Okay, our first target achieved, that is our eccentricity 9.5 from our neutral axis. Eccentricity is always calculated with respect to NA. Neutral axis subjected to neither compression neither tension. Okay, and from this point this one is our eccentricity and 9.5. Okay, now here our CGS is bottom than our CGC. Okay, that means here we take eccentricity positive. Learn that. Okay, in theory we already discussed that if our CGS point centroid of our pre-stressing steel is bottom than our centroid of concrete, then our eccentricities must be positive. Okay, now the next one, this one is the stress distribution diagram of our initial pre-stressing force. First our main section, then this one is the uniform section, direct stress, and this one is our bending stress, direct stress, and summation of this bending stress is our resultant stress. Okay, direct stress and summation of our bending stress is our resultant stress. Okay, here I write down the equation again. If you forgotten, then please remember that equation of stress is equal to direct stress plus bending stress, and this is known as our resultant stress that we already study in our SA1. Okay, resultant stress. Okay, now guys, why here we take this, just a minute. Okay, here we take our direct stress as a negative and bending stress plus and minus, top and bottom fiber. Okay, now this pre-stressing member is subjected to maximum number of forces, that is compressive forces. Okay, and compressive forces for beam section we take as negative, and here top and bottom zone are given. Okay, now after deflection what happened? In theory portion of introduction we already discussed that after deflection of this pre-stressing member is like this way, that means tension in top zone and compression in bottom zone. Clear? In reinforced concrete the criteria is different. In reinforced concrete the figure is reverse. Okay, in this compression in top zone and tension in bottom zone, but just opposite in pre-stressing member deflection is done in upward direction, so tension in top zone and compression in bottom zone. Okay, and second, here our direct stress is equal to negative because it is subjected to total number of compressive force. This concept you remember that for all examples. Okay, now we proceed in our example. Next, okay, we find out stress in top wire, that means we follow the YT according to this figure. Now YT is equal to 125 because from this neutral axis half of this 250 is equal to 125, and these bars are provided, and center of this bar to outer surface the distance is 40 mm, so 125 minus 40. Stress in top zone, tension zone is equal to P divided by A plus M by Z is equal to I by Y. Put the value one by one. Initial pre-stressing force, that is equal to 435 10 raised to cube. Area is equal to total gross area of section, not wire. Please take care here. Oh, this one is the area of our cross section, that is 75,000 plus Pi is equal to 435 into 10 raised to cube. E is equal to, we already find out difference between 125 minus Y bar, that is 9.5, and YT is equal to 125 minus 40 according to this top zone. Okay, and I we already find out BD cube by 12, that is 3.91 into 10 raised to 8. and my answer is equal to minus 4.9 Newton per mm square. Okay, this one is the stress at top level. Same way we find out stress at bottom wires. At bottom wires, that means, okay, again follow this figure. 125 minus the 5 number of wires are provided, and bottom distance is equal to 125 minus 40. Now stress at bottom level is equal to P by A minus M by Z. M is equal to P into E, and Z is equal to section modulus Z is equal to I by Y. Okay, again put the values. P, initial stressing force 435 10 to cube, divide by area 75,000, then minus P, value of I is also put, E is equal to 9.5 and by B is equal to 125 minus 40. My final answer is equal to minus 6.7 Newton per mm square. This represents that pre-stressing member is most probably subjected to compressive forces. Okay, M is equal to 6 and area of single wire is equal to 38.48 already given. Now loss of pre-stress in top wire. First of all, we find out loss of pre-stress in top zone, that is equal to M FC into AP. M is equal to modular ratio 6, FC is equal to stress at top zone 4.9 into AP. AP is equal to, in top portion 4 wires are given, 4 into single wire, area of single wire, and answer is equal to 4525.25 Newton. Same way we find out loss of pre-stress in bottom wire, modular ratio 6 into bottom wire we find out the stress 6.7 and number of wire is given 5 into 38.48. Here I can't take negative sign because negative sign already discussed that losses. Okay, so only calculate the term. Now total loss of pre-stress is the summation of loss of top zone plus summation of loss of bottom zone, that is equal to 12.3 kilonewton. Unit will be converted into Newton into kilonewton. Okay, now percentage loss is always find out with respect to initial pre-stressing force. Our loss is equal to 12.3 kilonewton and initial pre-stressing force Pi is equal to 435. Divide 12.3 divided by 435, and percentage loss is always find out with respect to 100, and my final loss with respect to approximate method is equal to 2.83 percentage. Okay, now we find out loss of pre-stress concrete member due to elastic shortening by accurate solution. Okay, and equation of this accurate solution is equal to A is equal to modular ratio minus 1 into area of single wire. Now one by one, first of all, transferred area of top steel. First we transferred the area at top, that is equal to A1, 6 minus 1. Okay, M is equal to 6 minus 1 into 4 number of wire is given in top level, and area of one single 38.48. Answer is equal to 769.6 mm square. Now transferred area of bottom steel, that means bottom zone, that is equal to A2. A2 is equal to M minus 1, 6 minus 1, number of wire is given 5 and single wire area 38.48. And my final answer is equal to 962 mm square. Clear? Now total area of transfer section pre-stressing steel to concrete is equal to, first of all, our gross area of section, that is 250 into 300, 75,000, that we already count, plus A1 top steel 769.6 and bottom steel, that is 962. That means area AT is equal to 76,731.6 mm square. Okay, now again we find out CGC. Okay, that means centroid of concrete, because here we find the area of transverse stage, that means our section is converted into the concrete. Okay, in first we find out CGS because this one is the initial stage, this one is the after transferring stage. CGC, Y bar is equal to, first one, gross again what is the equation of y bar? A1 y1 plus a2 y2 plus a3 y3 divided by total area a1 plus a2 plus a3. Okay, now here a is equal to our first area, okay, that means total area, and y is equal to neutral axis divided by 250 by 2 is equal to 125. A1 is equal to our 4, 250 minus 40, from this distance is equal to 40, so total depth 250 minus 40. Then A2 is equal to, again here bottom bar 5, okay, into our single area, then multiply by y2, this bottom soffit, this distance is equal to y2, that is 40, and A is equal to total summation, okay, that we already find out. A gross area plus top wires, bottom wires, and after dividing this, my answer is equal to 124.8 from the soffit of beam. That means from this point here neutral axis is equal to 125, and our y bar for the CGC we get 124.8. okay, now find out moment of inertia for transverse section. First moment of inertia is the actual section, because this one the previous condition is for initial precessing force. Now this one is the after transverse stage, so we find the moment of inertia IT. okay, we find the moment of inertia IT at the transverse section. okay, so here first is we use a parallel axis theorem, IG plus AH square, IG plus AH square, IG plus IG first BD cube by 12 whole section. okay, then A, here A is equal to area 75,000, then 0.2, that means from this neutral axis 125, and y bar we find out 124.8. okay, h is equal to difference between y minus y1. okay, so y is equal to 125 minus y bar we find out 124.8, 0.2 we get. Then A1 is equal to top zone, then 210, here we minus this 40, 250 minus 40, that is 210, and y bar we find out 124.8. same here second A2 124.8 from this, okay, and minus this top bottom, that is 40. okay, and my final answer of moment of inertia of this transverse section is equal to 4.02 10 raised to 8 mm raised to 4. okay, now eccentricity of this precessing force. Ultimately, to find out losses, we first find our eccentricity. Eccentricity E is equal to this y bar, that is equal to 124.8, and this y bar is equal to actual. When we apply the initial precessing force, the y bar is equal to 115.5. eccentricity E is the difference between CGS and CGC. okay, so here 124.8 minus this 115.5, that is equal to 9.3, and this eccentricity is the stage of transfer. okay, now total area of this transfer section 76,730 mm square. IT is equal to moment of inertia at transfer section, that is 4.02 into 10 raised to 8 mm raised to 4. And y, what is y? Y is equal to, okay, our stress at top bottom wire and top zone. Now bottom P by A, initial precessing force 435, then P by A area is equal to this one 76,730 minus at bottom zone what happened, compressive. okay, at top zone tension, at bottom zone compression. So here I take negative, and whole section of this precessing member is compressive force, so here I take direct stress as a negative. okay, now P, and this is eccentricity E 9.3, IT transferred moment of inertia and 84. How this value y bar we find? First of all, y is equal to 115.5, that is the actual section at the time of initial precessing force, minus 40, okay, and 9.3. okay, here look at this, this one is the 155.5, that is our y, then 9.3, that is our eccentricity, and minus 40. okay, minus 40 from this outer surface to this wires that we provided, minus this distance. okay, and this is our y. okay, so just a minute. Okay, so the answer of this Y for transferred zone is equal to 84.8. Same way, stress at top zone is subjected to tensile forces, so positive. This one is negative. Answer is equal to minus 4.81. Okay, now loss of pre-stress in top wire, that means M into our 4.81, that means our top zone stress 4.81. Then number of wire is given 4 and single wire area. Answer is equal to this. Loss of pre-stress in bottom wires 6 modular ratio 6.5 to our stress, 5 number of wire is given. Okay, now summation of these two forces is equal to 11,969 Newton, that is equal to 12 kilonewton. Now percentage of loss we find out for accurate method, that is equal to loss divided by initial pre-stressing force into 100, and my answer is equal to 2.75 percentage. Okay, 2.75%. Our first answer of this value is equal to 2.83. That means the accurate method and the approximate method values, both method is given similar value, nearer to similar value. So we can use approximate method also, and we can use accurate method also. Okay, just now we stop here. In next session we start with our new loss. Okay, just now stop. Okay.